Good morning, Internet land. Hello, everybody. We're just going to give Instagram a moment to catch up, and then we'll dive in to this week's episode of DIY Wellness. Just give it one more minute. Beautiful, beautiful human beings. And then we'll get started. Instagram just takes a little bit longer. Okay. All right, here we go. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of DIY Wellness. I'm your host, Brian Hogan, life coach, filmmaker, and clinical therapist, founder of the S.H.I.F.T model, which we're going to be using a little bit later in this episode. But today's topic is something near and dear to my heart because it's something that, I think we all struggle with this. You're not in any trouble, right? You're not in any trouble. I mean, not talking about the state of the world and the globe and the recession. There's trouble there. I'm talking about that feeling we have inside that's been installed in us by culture, by our upbringing, and by the society in which we live that makes us feel like we're in trouble, like we're going to be punished, like the other shoe is always going to drop. The idea for this episode came to me because I was in a class with a mentor of mine, Martha Beck, and she did a meditation. And one of the lines in the meditation was simply, "You're not in any trouble." And it just bowled me over. It was so moving to me. I had so many emotions come up, and I didn't realize that I had been carrying around this unspoken, unacknowledged feeling that I was about to get grounded, that I was about to get detention from life, or that I was about to get a write-up from the universe. And so that's an energy that's conditioned, and we all carry that around with us, or a lot of us do, or different gradations of it to a degree. And so what I want to talk about today is how you're not in any trouble, just a little bit about that, how it came to be. And then we're going to do an experiential exercise for the last 10 minutes to help ourselves touch into the fact that punishment is not coming. So, let me ask you, do you ever feel like you're in trouble, even when nothing is actually wrong? Like there's this background sense that you did something wrong, that you forgot something or missed something, or the other shoe is going to drop, right? I mean, that's a hard feeling. It's the I'm in trouble feeling. But that feeling is not the truth. That's the thing to take away from this. That feeling is conditioning. It was taught to us. And then over time, that domestication and that programming becomes so thorough that we continue to do it to ourselves. So the first thing, let's talk about, how did we get this I'm in trouble feeling? How did it get installed? Well, we're trained really early to fear punishment instead of to follow our joy, our curiosity, our excitement. It's more important to us because of the culture we live in to avoid punishment. Punishment is highlighted in our culture as a thing to avoid. Think about it at home. You're going to get grounded. You're going to get yelled at. Sometimes you'll get love withheld from you or the silent treatment, depending on how mature emotionally your parents were. So even with the most emotionally mature parents, getting put into a timeout, grounded, or sent to your room it's so hard for such a little tiny person that we start to believe that we're in trouble or that we're going to be in trouble all the time. And that punishment is the worst thing that could happen to us and it should be avoided. And so that creates a situation where we spend our lives scanning for danger, scanning for punishment, and trying to avoid it, instead of spending our lives doing what we were meant to do on the planet, which is pursue our joy, pursue our creativity, pursue our curiosity with freedom, with care freedom, without the feeling that the other shoe is going to drop and that we're going to be in trouble at any second for any reason all the time. So school then teaches us, we get a little older, we move out of the house, or we start going off to school, right? And we have detention, we have grades, and we have humiliation if we get the wrong answer, and we're expected to raise our hand and get the one right answer. And if we don't, there's punishment of some kind. The same thing goes for work. As soon as we graduate from all the school system and end up at work, then there's write-ups, then there's firing, then there's rejection, and there's the constant dog eat dog need to achieve. And if we're not doing that, then we feel like we're in trouble. So we learn to avoid mistakes, avoid disapproval, avoid consequences, and then we internalize that. And eventually, we don't need the authority figure. We don't need anything from the outside. We just become our own warden. The system of punishment moves inside us over time. That's what it means to have conditioning, to be programmed. So it's like an internal courtroom now, and you're the defendant, you're the prosecutor, and you're the judge. And somehow you always get found guilty. Always. But I mean, only always. So this is not a pleasant way for our internal psyche to continue to unfold as we move about on the planet trying to enjoy a healthy, happy, wholesome life. In science, there's also evidence for this. Polyvagal theory suggests that when we're in a chronic threat state, we're going to end up with hypervigilance, which is that feeling of I'm going to be in trouble or I did something wrong. And when we have punishment-based learning systems, that wires our brain to anticipate danger instead of to anticipate and embrace curiosity. And then we have shame circuits. The brain starts predicting, I did something wrong. Even when there isn't evidence at all to support that claim, we just think it's true. So we're not reacting to reality when we carry around this, I'm going to be in trouble feeling, or I'm in trouble, or I feel guilty, this low level, anxious, shameful guilt that we sometimes feel. You're not reacting to reality with that. You're reacting to a learned expectation of punishment, to a learned expectation. That's conditioning right there. So what does this do to us? I mean, we all have it, so okay, but it's not, the thing is that it's not pleasant. It leads to a feeling of chronic anxiety. It can lead to overthinking. It can lead to people pleasing. Perfectionism comes from this, even the inability to rest. All of these things, they're not living. That's us managing risk when we people please, when we overthink, when we pursue perfectionism, even though perfection isn't real. All of that is a way of us managing the risk. What risk? The risk of getting in trouble, the risk of being punished, grounded, timeout, written up, detention. We don't want it. We don't want it. So when your nervous system thinks you're always in trouble, you never feel safe to just be. And if we can't just be, then how are we supposed to relax and enjoy our lives? So we're going to talk for a few minutes about how to transcend this feeling of I'm in trouble all the time. And then we're going to work with it in real time and do a little exercise together. So the way you transcend this feeling is not by arguing with it, not by thinking your way out of it, because this is not a thinking problem. This is a felt sense problem. So the shift is something entirely dropped down out of our mind. We're not going to eliminate the part that feels like it's in trouble at all. We're going to meet it no more than we would want to eliminate a little kid that feels like they're in trouble. Oh, you think you're in trouble? We're going to like shoot it in the face and eliminate it? No, of course not. We're going to meet it. We're going to help that little child realize that there is no punishment coming. So the part of you that feels in trouble, it's a younger part. And it learned that safety equals compliance. So today, excuse me, we're going to meet that part. We're going to listen to that part, and we're going to gently introduce that part to something new, to grace, to safety, to not being in trouble. So take a breath, just get settled in your chair, let your shoulders drop, and if it feels safe to you, close your eyes, and then bring to mind that familiar feeling, that feeling of I'm in trouble. Don't force it. Just notice where it lives in your body and begin tapping with me on the side of your hand. Just remember, if you're new to this practice with us, that this is an open eyes and a repeat after me practice. So you don't have to worry about knowing the tapping points, and you don't have to worry about knowing what to say. That said, if anything that I say doesn't resonate for you as completely true in the moment for your experience and what you're going through, then just change it in real time to words that feel more true for you. Because the formula for healing trauma is truth plus safety. You can't have the full healing effect if you're not steeped in your own truth. And you also can't have it if you're not feeling safe. So allow yourself to feel safe. That's what the tapping will help with. And then make sure that what you say feels true for you. Okay. Even though part of me feels like I'm in trouble, I acknowledge that feeling. Even though I feel like something is wrong, even if I don't know what, I honor that experience. Even though I'm bracing for something bad to happen, I am open to noticing that bracing part. Top of the head. This part of me feels unsafe. Eyebrow. This I'm in trouble feeling. Side of the eye. Something's wrong. Under the eye. I did something wrong. Under the nose. I missed something. Chin. I'm about to get in trouble. Collarbone. Waiting for the other shoe to drop. Under the arm, this constant sense of danger. Okay, pause there. Close your eyes here if that feels safe and take a nice, slow, deep breath in. And just notice, when was the first time you remember feeling like you were in trouble just for being you? Just notice, just see what comes to mind. No pushing, no forcing, just being with. And when you're ready, you can begin tapping on the side of your hand as you meet these parts, meet these memories, meet these sensations, emotions, and thoughts with openness. Even though part of me feels like I'm always in trouble, I'm open to meeting that part. Even though this part feels small, scared, and bracing, I acknowledge it. Even though this part thinks I did something wrong, I am open to understanding it. Top of the head. This part thinks it's helping. Eyebrow. This younger part of me. Side of the eye. The one who feels in trouble. Under the eye. The one who got blamed. Under the nose. The one who got punished. Chin. The one who had to be careful. Collarbone. The one who learned to avoid mistakes. Under the arm. This part is still protecting me. Okay, stop tapping. Take that nice, slow, deep breath in through the nose and a long, slow exhale through pursed lips. If it helps, you can put your hands on your heart and just check in and see if you can understand a little bit more about what this part learned would happen if it didn't stay on high alert. See if there's anything this part wants you to know about what it thinks would happen. What is it afraid would happen if it doesn't stay on high alert for you? Just be with that. Just noticing. No need to change it. No need to judge it. No need to force it to be something different. And when you're ready, we're going to begin tapping on the side of our hands to allow room for the fear and to allow room for a new possibility. Even though part of me still believes I'm in trouble, I am open to the possibility that I am not. Even though this part is waiting for punishment, I am open to something new. Even though I don't fully believe it yet, I am open to the idea that I might be safe now. Top of the head. Maybe I won't be punished. Maybe I can stop punishing myself. Eyebrow. Maybe I'm not in trouble. Side of the eye. Maybe nothing bad is coming. Under the eye. Maybe I didn't do anything wrong. Under the nose. Maybe I'm allowed to be here. Chin. Maybe I'm safe right now. Collarbone. This feels unfamiliar. Under the arm. This feels strange, but I'm open to it. Okay, stop tapping there. Put your hands on your heart if that feels aligned, and you can close your eyes for a moment. Just notice what happens in your body when you consider the possibility that you're not in trouble. Just consider it for a moment. Maybe I'm not in trouble. I'm not in trouble. And just see what happens in your body. See what you can notice. Where is there a softening? Where is there a tightening? Where is there a loosening? Anything at all. Just notice. Just be with. We're going to do one more round here before we end with a nice visualization. Even though part of me feels like I'm in trouble, I am open to offering that part grace. Even though this part of me expects punishment, I am willing to meet it with understanding. Even though I've lived this way for a long time, I'm open to something gentler. Top of the head. I offer these parts some grace. Eyebrow. I can meet this part with kindness. Side of the eye. I don't need to punish myself. Under the eye. I don't need to stay on high alert. Under the nose. I can soften. Chin. I can breathe. Collarbone. I can allow this moment. I can offer myself grace. Under the arm. Maybe I was never in trouble. Okay, stop tapping there. Close your eyes if that feels aligned and take a nice, slow, deep breath in through your nose. And a very long, slow exhale through pursed lips. And with your eyes closed or cast down, just imagine that younger version of you. The one who felt like they were always in trouble. Just see them in your mind's eye. Not as a problem, but as someone who was trying to stay safe. And now imagine yourself sitting beside them, not correcting them, not fixing them, just being with them. And gently saying, you're not in trouble anymore. You're not in trouble anymore. And then let the parts take that in at their own pace. No forcing, just your presence. Take your time with this. That feeling doesn't mean you did something wrong. It means something inside you learned to expect punishment, even when there was no good reason, even when punishment was never coming. So just allow. And healing isn't convincing yourself it's safe. It's helping the parts of you that never got the memo to really feel it inside your body, to touch into that feeling. So you did good work today, everybody. If this resonated, share it with someone who lives with that same pressure, or drop a comment about what you noticed. And remember, DIY wellness means do it yourself, but that does not mean you have to do it all by yourself. So we'll be back again next week, Tuesday morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Until then, much love, everybody. I trust you, humanity. See you in the next video or the next live. Bye.